Thank you for staying with us. Now, let's begin with the top stories making the rounds on the show. We begin with the insurance sector, where Nigeria's insurance sector in the second quarter of this year, 2022, recorded 369.28 billion naira premium, indicating 20.1% growth compared to the performance in the same period in the previous year. This was contained in the latest sector performance statistics revealed or released by the National Insurance Commission, NICOM, which indicated a 65% quarter-on-quarter performance. NICOM said the performance analysis was an insight into the market behavior of the insurance sector in the period under review. According to the industry regulator, the performance showed that the insurance sector grew 20.1% higher than the national real gross domestic product (GDP) of 3.5% during the same period. And Vice President Yemi Oshimbajo has urged industry stakeholders in the digital economic space to leverage the many advantages in the new Web3 like artificial intelligence, blockchain, and non-fungible tokens, NFTs, to create jobs for the teeming youth in the country. Speaking at the third edition of the Nigeria Digital Economy Summit in Abuja on Monday, the Vice President implored critical stakeholders in the sector to create an ecosystem that will enable startups, thereby pulling Nigerians out of poverty. He also insisted that government agencies can further digitize their services and make them more accessible to Nigerians. And the Senate has promised to ensure quick passage of the National Data Protection Bill as soon as it gets to the National Assembly to give legal backing to the National Data Protection Bureau, NDPB, and ensure that data of Nigerians are protected and law adequately protects organizations. The Data Protection Bill 2018 was passed by the National Assembly on May 16, 2019 and transmitted to the President for assent but was not assented to by President Muhammadu Buhari. Chairman, Senate Committee on Information Communication Technology, ICT, and Cybercrime, Senator Yakubu Seni, stated that the bill would now be represented to the National Assembly as an executive bill. He explained that the legislation ought to have seen the light of the day since 2019, but unfortunately, when the bill was sent to the President, it was not assented to. Quote, "I believe that it will see the light of the day now that it is coming from the executive. NDPB is an agency set up to protect the data of individuals and organizations. Before, there was no law. And he also said, I want to assure that as National Assembly members, we will make sure we do justice to the bill. We need to give legal backing to the agency. We are waiting for them to bring the bill, and we will ensure it gets to the President within 1 month." End of quote. And on gas investment, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, will make the final investment decision on its $25 billion, 5,600-kilometer Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline project by 2023. This was disclosed by Mele Kyari, CEO, NNPC Limited. Kyari noted that the gas pipeline is expected to pass through 13 countries on West Africa's coast before reaching Europe through Morocco. He said, quote, "We will take a final investment decision next year." He added that discussions around financing are ongoing without disclosing the institutions interested in backing the project. He added that Nigeria's plan to quadruple gas production and end flaring are very realizable, stressing, quote, "We have seen the opportunity to bring back every gas pipeline project that you can think of. It is a matter of who needs it and who's ready to pay for it." End of quote. While joining us to discuss this further, Charles Fakroha, a stockbroker and iBrandTV senior analyst, joins us on the show this morning. Good morning to you.
Morning, Amabalali.
Good to have you on the show. Well, let's begin with the insurance sector. It was reported, or it is reported here, that the insurance sector grew in the second quarter of 2022. That's between April and June. What would you attribute to this growth to?
Yes, I think the insurance industry has played its major role in the economy, as in terms of economic growth, in terms of ensuring that people protect themselves, whether their property, for their business, or their personal insurance. Yes, over time, we've seen NICOM trying to bring that insurance awareness to the average Nigerian. That has been done, and we're now seeing some of those benefits. You know, in the past, people used to believe that what is even this insurance? Because of lack of awareness. And with NICOM, you know, doing a lot of aggressive awareness, not only NICOM, other stakeholders in that sector, they have done quite a lot, and people are beginning to realize that, yes, there is a limit to certain things, you know, especially those who are getting to retirement. They've now seen that even products like annuity, that is, after you retire or you stop working, if you have taken an insurance policy, kind of an annuity, so once you are not working, the insurance company will continue to pay you, if you are taking that policy, a certain amount of money, you know, on a regular basis. So that has really watered the appetite of most Nigerian workers. So you see persons now going to do this insurance even without the insurance brokers coming to meet them. So
are you saying Nigerians are now more open to insurance?
To an extent, but more work needs to be done.
Because this 20% growth can be improved on.
Of course, can improve. More work still needs to be done.
Let's move on. This is coming from the Vice President, Yemi Oshimbajo, urging industry stakeholders in the digital economic space to leverage the many advantages in the new Web3, like artificial intelligence, blockchain, non-fungible tokens, to create jobs for the teeming youth in the country. Is the federal government even making the environment enabling enough? They are saying now that the industry stakeholders should make it viable for youth, but are they, in their own space, doing enough?
No, but first of all, let's commend the Vice President.
He is just advising them. What are you commending?
For even recognizing that that sector has a major role to play in terms of job creation. For me, that is a good start.
Okay, do you think or do you feel that they are not aware of the potential? For instance, when the regulations and the ban was placed on cryptocurrency, do you think that the federal government and the stakeholders within that sector didn't know or were not aware of the potential in that?
This is a very intelligent
currency
question. Let me tell you something, Bolanle. Even if you have a good product and you are not able to communicate it properly to other stakeholders, people will begin to raise eyebrow. So for me, as at that time, I even blame these young tech people. Cryptocurrency, come out, explain, let the people who take decision, policymakers, be aware, be able to communicate. In fact, as at that time, I even offered, in another platform, to say, okay, you guys are young, come to a program, a radio program, where you will explain this crypto or other technologies, so that the adults who are in the policy making position today will be carried along and they will know.
Okay, so you're saying enough awareness was not created.
Yes, at
even
that time.
The CBN governor was not aware of the potential.
He is aware, but the other stakeholder, he is aware.
He was the major decision maker in that regard.
People were not convinced. But you can see now there is a change of heart. Even SEC.
Is there?
Yes, SEC has already created something to encourage people to come, and they are working on it. So I'm sure once SEC is true, therefore you know what, CBN true will follow suit. So the major thing there is tech kids, please, we know you have this technology, we know you have these skills, you can do these things, but make sure you're able to communicate properly so that the policy makers will understand. Let them be on the same page with you. We are saying they're not going to be 100% with you, but by the time they see that, yes, this is where to go, they have no choice. Because they say, when an idea, the time has come, nobody can stop it. So now, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, blockchain, this is the time. And so
are you saying that the federal government would make a turnaround or would rescind its regulation on cryptocurrency?
I'm able to tell you that SEC has already started coming up with regulations as to how cryptocurrency can be traded. But of course, all the stakeholders must agree, and we'll see it's being done in Nigeria now.
Okay, we'll keep our fingers crossed and see how that pans out. But on data protection, the Senate has promised to ensure quick passage of the National Data Protection Bill as soon as it gets to the National Assembly to give legal backing to the National Data Protection Bureau. This was passed earlier in 2019, but the president didn't assent to it. But now they're saying that it
didn't become a law, so it was still a bill. Now the executive themselves are now sending it back to the National Assembly. Yes, I think what really happened then was, of course, it was an oversight. Maybe the presidency at that time had so much work to do. I'm just assuming, because if it has gone through all the process just for the president to ascend and he did not sign to that bill, and it is coming back now, you know, it is even the executive themselves that is presenting it. So it shows they're going to get express passage, and of course it will become, because we need that law since yesterday.
Well, indeed. But we know there have been several means by which our data has been collected by the federal government, the NIN, the BVN, and all sorts. But
driver's license.
And everything. Many. But it looks like we don't have any data policy in terms of collation of the data of an average Nigerian. And that is very important, especially in crime investigation and all of those issues. Do you see this driving us towards achieving better, you know, criminal investigations and all that?
Of course, not even only in criminal investigation, other data capture, you know, that needs to be done in the economy. It is very good, not where every agency want to create their own data bank. You know, if we have one centralized data bank, it's good for the economy. It's also good, like you have said, even in crime prevention, you know, the police can have that same data, the custom, immigration, road safety and all that, where authorized persons can key in and get what they need to get. Yes.
Especially in the banking sector, I think this is very important. You know, just recently, a colleague was talking about how he was, you know, duped online because, you know, they had access to his information. So all of those things are things that we need to begin to tackle.
Of course, yes. Because, and with this Data Protection Bureau becoming, that bill, you know, becoming a law now, if it's passed as soon as possible, yes, if any person that is found guilty of such a thing should be prosecuted.
No, I think we should even be looking at prevention more than the...
It's encompassing.
When it has been...
Data protection, that is it, data protection.
Yeah, so if your data
is going to protect the average Nigerian when it comes to bed. I'm saying in the case, after the protection, in the case of a breach, those who are responsible should be culpable.
All right, let's talk NNPC. NNPC is now saying that they are making the final investment decision on the $25 billion, 5,600-kilometer Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline project by 2023. What are your thoughts on this? Well,
will somebody say NNPC is limited now, you know, a private company, maybe they are now taking decisions as quickly as possible. Yes, I must commend the GMD. Is it GMD now?
Yes.
Of NNPC? Yeah, for that action. I know they've been working, you know, for a very long time, and they've done all the investment appraisal. I know they have some of the best brain in NNPC today. They've done that, the appraisal, the investment appraisal, and they have come to that conclusion that yes, this project is going to be viable. And of course, taking that kind of decision, yes, it's a very good one in the right direction. But again, I will always say it is implementation that is very, very important. Yes, we're going to be getting gas, the pipeline, taking it to Morocco. From there, it can be exported to Europe. Yes.
Is that the major reason for this?
Somebody will ask, what about our domestic market? The prices of gas is going up, and we're even being told that if we continue to import with or the instability of the naira, the price of cooking gas might likely go up. So
it's already up.
It's already up, agreed. But what we are saying is, with this project, this is not a one-off project. It's a long-term project. It's a very big project. By the time we begin to see the benefit, yes, but what should happen now? The plans that we have currently, I think NNPC should see how they can encourage those persons so that we can develop this technology and begin to do more gas, so that we send some of this gas to these people who can refine it and, of course, send to the average Nigerian for their domestic use, so that the price of gas can come down a bit. Yes, the Morocco gas pipeline plan is a very good project, but we need to ensure that our domestic gas supply is improved so that the prices can come down.
All right, that's a good place to leave it. Thank you so much for your time on the show, as always. Charles Fakroha, stockbroker and iBrandTV senior analyst. All right, after the break, the market resumes today after Monday's holiday break following last week's decline. Now, what do we expect today? We won't be talking that after this break. Please stay with us.